Hello everyone, Songakoga here back with another video, and today we got a pretty interesting interview with Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa, and he goes on to talk about some various things regarding Nintendo doing anime, which they've done before, and also talking about the Switch 2 price and the RAM memory shortage situation. And he had some pretty interesting things to say on that. So over here at Go Nintendo, with the article, Nintendo President talks Switch 2 stock and pricing, returning franchises, and new titles, movie plans, anime interests, and more. A tell-all from Nintendo's top guy. We're going to go ahead and read here. Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa is a very busy man. He's keeping an eye on all facets of Nintendo and steering the ship, and doing that is no easy task. There's a lot of moving parts to what Nintendo does, and a lot of plates that keep spinning. From movies to games, merch to licensing, the big end continues to grow its reach around the globe, and Furukawa is the man overseeing it all. Now, here, you can see a breakdown of the most noteworthy tidbits below, courtesy of Nintendo Patents Watch. Multiple topics are discussed, including Switch 2 software, supplies, pricing, and so much more. Without doubt, you want to snoop through the bullet points for plenty juicy details. Alright, so the first one we have is Switch 2 supply has stabilized globally, except for in Japan, where a little more time is needed. So basically, Nintendo has done a very good job of keeping the Switch 2 stocked in retailers, where you can just go in the store and buy one on the shelf, off the shelf. Which is a good way to combat scalping, because they produced a lot of units for the launch, and scalpers took a big hit. Fuck scalpers. Like, I was so happy I was able to get mine at launch, and it was pretty awesome. And they're still doing their hardest to keep Switch 2 supplied, because the demand for the system is still pretty high. Next, Nintendo aims to make Switch 2 an accommodating, generous, and forgiving piece of hardware. And I don't know what it means by that, but maybe it means more easier to play with, which it already is. So yeah, I like this idea. Next, we have Nintendo says taking this approach will help to realize first and third-party dev ideas. Okay, so I think the second one is related to the third one over here. Like, easier for developers to make games on, which is also good for the developers, third parties especially. And we already seen the full support of third parties already swing with Capcom bringing Pragmata to Switch 2, and potentially Monster Hunter Wilds. Next, Nintendo says there are people who pick up their first console when reaching a certain age. That's true. And Nintendo wants to make sure the Switch 2 is accessible for them. Hey, all is good. Now here is where the two big ones here that we gotta talk about. As you know, there is a ongoing DDR RAM shortage. All thanks to Gen AI, that these data centers are buying all the RAM for their stupid AI data center, making the price of it skyrocket, which also affects PCs going up in price, and not to mention consoles use RAM. The PS5, Xbox, and Switch 2 uses RAM, and Nintendo Switch 2 has 12 gigabytes of RAM. So yeah, they might increase the price, but we're going to read this here that says, the current memory price has no immediate impact on Nintendo's financial performance. So basically, there's some kind of contract, long-term contract. I don't know if anyone in the comments can correct me on this. Feel free to. But the current RAM crisis isn't affecting Nintendo, at least not not as big. Now, the next thing here, concerning the potential for a price increase on products, Furukawa said, "I cannot comment on hypotheticals." Now, this is corporate PR speak, but this is him basically saying, yes, prices could go up, but there's no plans to do so at the moment. Like, he didn't say no. So yeah, if you still want to get the Switch 2, I would try to get one as soon as possible before the price does inevitably go up. Like, personally, like, if the Switch 2 goes up to $500, which is basically what the Mario Kart World bundle costs, except it doesn't include the game, I mean, I'd be fine with it costing $500 as long as they don't raise the price of the games. Because paying $80 for Mario Kart World is already bad enough. We don't need every other Switch 2 game to go up to $80. Like, 70 I can deal with. I don't know about paying $80 for new games. But really, I just hope they hold the price at the $450 base price for as long as they can. Because really, the games are what sell the console. If Nintendo could break even with their profit margins, with their software, they could be fine. But we'll have to wait and see. So we'll keep reading. Nintendo will further enhance their software offerings from 2026 onwards. So basically, they're going to bring more games to us. Like, this is really nothing new. Furukawa says Nintendo is developing popular series titles that many fans are waiting for, but also completely new software. Again, something we already know about, so not really noteworthy. Furukawa wants to build excitement leading up to the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I'm excited for the movie. I can't wait to see it. Is it April that it's coming out? Yeah, it's April. I can't wait to see the movie. I loved the first Mario movie. It was so good. Nintendo will share more info regarding the Legend of Zelda live-action movie soon. I think there's an error in sentencing here. And while I still think live-action for Zelda is a bit risky, I'm still gonna give it a fair shot. It could be really good, especially when Nintendo is personally involved with the movie. Because we all know live action doesn't always have the best track record. Nintendo's focus for movies is not short-term profits, but character exposure. So basically, if they like the characters being seen in the big screen, I'm guessing that's what it means. And over here to the last few points. Nintendo would like to establish a system to release more films beyond these Mario and Zelda. Again, another grammar error. So yeah, I'd love to see more films based on other Nintendo property. Like, there is talks of a Donkey Kong movie happening. I would be down to see that. And on the topic of creating anime, Furukawa said if we can create works uniquely Nintendo, it'd be good in the future. And they have already done this. We have the Kirby anime, the F-Zero anime, and Pokemon anime. We have a lot of those. But I'd be down for a Xenoblade anime. Because, man, Xenoblade is so good of a series that it deserves its own anime adaptation. But someday we'll see a Xenoblade anime. And yeah, that's basically it. What do you think about this? What do you think about this interview in the comments down below? Personally, I think this was a good interview. The memory shortage at this point in time is not hitting Nintendo as hard, but still be on the lookout for a potential price increase for the Switch 2. Again, if they raise Switch 2 to $500 without the bundle, I'd be fine with that. Just don't raise the price of the games. Because paying $80 for games is going to be a tough pill to swallow for many. But as long as they hold and produce more games that will benefit Nintendo and their profit margins and break even, it could work out for them. But again, don't be surprised if we see Switch 2 costing $500. I don't think Nintendo will go any higher. Again, they are a for-profit company, and they do want to prioritize their profits. Because again, at the end of the day, Nintendo is a business. And they gotta do what they have to make money. Even making the consumer not happy with their decisions. Like, I can't even be mad at Nintendo if they do raise the price, because it's out of their control. There's the RAM prices and tariffs and all these other factors that is making everything expensive. And I can't really get mad at Nintendo. But again, let me know what you think about this interview in the comments down below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. This has been Sunget Koga, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!